Um, Let me 1 second, please. Um, um,
We're in the show. She's gone.
What's happening?
I don't know. She's gone. I don't know if. I guess she can just come back in whenever.
Yeah, I'm sure she can, probably because since she's the host.
Yeah. All right. There we go.
Hi, we are live on Women's History Wednesdays with Icon Monet Ebony, and this is Women's History Month 2022. And we're talking to two of the women's icons and legends in the ballroom scene, Heidi Mizrahi, Mother Heidi Mizrahi, and Mother Icon Mother Misty Richards, and we're talking about their history in ballroom and some of the other things that they do in their day-to-day life as well. So I'm going to start by asking Heidi to tell me a little bit about her history in ballroom. Like, when did you start? Who brought you into ballroom?
So it was about 1989 or 1990. I was living in DC and I was 16. I was modeling and doing some hair shows. And I'd met some folks that were in the House of Allure. And it was kind of like all she wrote after that. So I quickly became friends with them. I was going to tracks and to the clubs and the scene. And I started walking. Back then, it was called Women's um, Models Effect, Runway Models Effect, back in the
I
olden
remember.
days. Yeah. So that was like
Yes.
89 or 90 in DC.
All right.
Hmm. And
Amazing.
I did
So,
that for, I guess I was here until I graduated high school. And then I moved to New York to go to college for fashion. And while I was there,
okay.
um, ended up meeting a lot of people from ballroom. And of course, Andre ended up approaching me, asking me how I felt about starting a new house, which was kind of scandalous at the time. And I was very young. Looking back, I so did not have what it took to be a mother of a house. But I said yes. So
Good.
that's kind of how
Glad you said
that story
yes.
began. And the House of Mizrahi started with Andre, I guess, in 1992.
Awesome.
The connection is a little shaky.
Can you hear me?
Oh, sorry.
That was
Yes, I can
you?
hear you now.
I heard you, Heidi.
I apologize if you can hear my cats meowing in the background. Mhm.
That's quite all right. Somebody
It might have been my cats because
posted
they'd like some camera
something,
time
and you
too.
just-
It's all about them.
okay. So, what was being the mother of the house of Mizrahi like for you? Heidi?
Say that one more time.
So, what was being the mother of the house of Mizrahi like for you at the time?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you say. What did you say?
I said, what was being the mother of the house of Mizrahi
My
like?
connection is bad.
Can you hear me now?
It was, you know, like I started to say, I was so young to take on a role like that at that time. It was definitely scandalous at the time for me to do that, and to leave the house in DC and to start that with Andre. But it was great. I mean, everybody, I felt a part of. Andre and I were super close and starting something new, and it really felt like a family. It was a fabulous experience.
Amazing. Amazing.
Hmm.
So, runway models, effect, and what other category? Any other things that you wore?
They were all runway
We don't know
categories.
about?
It was always no. It was no. I didn't have any other hidden talents. It was all just hitting the runway. Always runway categories.
I love that. So, we got 3 runway girls here.
Right?
Amazing. Okay. So,
Absolutely. It was all about runway. And I still got a
yeah.
skip in my step. Look, I may not be as thin as I was, but I still got that skip in my step. So
Right, right. I know Miss Heidi. I
You
remember.
never lose it.
I hadn't
Yes,
been
you
back to
never
a
lose it.
ball.
So,
No, it's with you always. I hadn't been to a ball in so many years. And I went to Shannon's Ball in 2018. That was here in DC. And Twiggy wanted to go support them. And that was the first time I've been to a ball since I think 95 or 96. So it
Wow.
had been a long time. But it was like
wow.
I'd never left.
So, around
It
95.
was like
Yeah.
seeing
And
all
you
those
look
old
bliss,
friends'
by the way.
faces. Oh, what'd you
Fabulous.
say?
You look good.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I said, you look bliss, by the way. You look good. You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Look, I let the hair go. I'm
So
embracing the
it's my
age.
pleasure to talk with you because I've never had a chance. I love it. I love it.
That's great.
No,
The
it's
honor
definitely
to
nice to come on here. It's because you
experience.
pick up right where you left off. It kind of just feels it takes you back to a time in your life. Those were some of the best memories of my life, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. Same here.
Hmm.
Yeah, amazing. So
I know we
since you
crossed
left
paths.
Ballroom, like don't sharing and entrepreneurships. Yeah.
What was the question? I'm
So
sorry. What
what are
was the
you
question?
doing outside of since you left Ballroom?
Oh my goodness! So I left
I
ballroom. It's
said, what have
been
you been doing since you left?
ooh, so many things. It's been about 30 years since I've been. Yeah, I'll be 49 this year.
Ooh,
Um,
good job.
yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
it's been
I'm here with you. I'm 40. I'm 49. I'll be 50.
about
So I'm here with you.
30 years. So yeah,
Working with both
approaching
ladies.
50. So I am finishing school and I came back to DC and I've been home ever since. My family's here. I
Okay.
worked in different industries. Um, when I came back, I mean, the truth is, people ask me sometimes too, and I should address, why I left ballroom. And I never really left ballroom with an exit. I just needed to come back home and focus on my mental health for me. I
Right.
was in a place where I just
Good.
needed to come back and work on myself and go to rehab and take care of Heidi. So I kind of just phased out of the scene. It was nothing that ever happened like
Yeah.
bad blood. I still love Andre and Jack and Kelly and all of them dearly. It was just my time kind of ended. It was kind of fast and furious. It was about 4 or 5 years. So I came back home and
I
kind of just
got
got
you.
my life together. Yeah, I got my life together and my health, and ended up working in that field for a while too. I worked in the mental health and substance abuse field, did some internships with animal assisted therapy,
Amazing.
working with kids and at risk
It's
kids.
amazing.
And then, just like, they say life goes like 180, I'm back in fashion and makeup again. And here I am,
Yes.
doing, yeah, beating faces and doing what I do. So I kind of like full circle back to that.
Oh my
I love
God.
it. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Heidi.
I'm encouraged. Thank you for that. Thank
Hmm.
you for sharing that. And keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
It
And
was
thank you
And
for
I just,
having me
it's an honor to
and
have
giving me
you.
that nudge
You know,
because I'm kind of
give
an
you some.
introvert.
yeah.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah. And I get that
you
nudge from
for
Letitia. I'm going to
doing,
give her
you know,
a shout out too.
shout out to
Yeah.
Tish.
So, but
Yes, love the body.
yes.
Love the such a beautiful
Yes, my
soul. I
girl,
love
because
that
she
for you.
gave me that nudge and was like, they need to hear your story. And, I'm kind of an introvert and I kind of stay behind the scenes these days. But thank you again.
You're welcome. Thank you. So, Misty, darling, we've been friends for years. It's amazing to have you here. Thank you for coming to
Thank
talk to
you
us
for
about
having me.
the icon. You're welcome. This is, feels like old times, and it's amazing to have this year. To you never know what can happen. We went through so much with the pandemics and just all of the epidemics and all of the things that we've been through for the
Right.
past couple of years. So this is definitely the time. Time is now. So speaking of time is now, I would like to tell some of the viewers when you started in ballroom and actually how you got here. Who brought you here?
It's funny because I'm listening to Heidi's story and it's so similar. So I had to be about
I love it.
um, 16, and I was doing a lot of fashion shows like in Essex County. So I was doing like the Essex County college fashion shows and Rutgers University, like a lot of the college shows. And Angel Claudio, known as Angel Richards on the ballroom scene, he was a designer. So I would walk for him a lot of the times in Essex County. And he was doing his own Mother's Day fashion show, and you had to audition at the Robert Treat for that. So, I'm 5'4", right? I'm already modeling, so that wasn't the problem, but I wanted to really stand out, right? So I'm 5'4". I had gone to Philly because I was always thrift shopping. Even then, my friends and I, we would go and just pick out clothes from these big bags, like, from all these different thrift stores. And I went to Philly and I got these platform, like these black leather platform boots. And so now I'm like 5'10", right?
Art.
So I walk into the Robert Treat with these
Yes.
boots on. Yeah, I had this little Caesar haircut. I'm 2 pounds, and Angel is just like, I want you to be in my house. And it wasn't the first time I was approached, because I was also approached before by a couple of Jordans, downtown Newark, Mallet and Sean to be exact. And I didn't know what the ballroom scene was. So with Angel, he like kind of explained to me what everything was, and in his explaining, at the time I was just like, well, I'm not gay, so I don't know if I can do this, right? And, so he was like, don't worry about it. Right. For the women's categories, you don't have to be like, I remember this conversation, right? And it's really magic that I remember this conversation. But,
Oh,
so he met with my mom, he met with my grandmother, and because, these balls are all night. So, you're a teenager, and my mom was just like, yeah, I don't know about that. So they met, they talked or what have you, and they said yes. And so I ended up, walking the balls as Richards. And I mean, the experience, like, Heidi said again, for me was fast and furious. Like, I was not on the ballroom scene that long. It might have been like 3, 4 years, maybe. And then I was, I was gone for some time. But then I became the mother of the House of Prada on the WBT scene, like in 2012, 2011, 2012. That scene had started, and I ran into Shady Prada, and he was like, listen, we're starting this, we started this scene, we're doing a division for the House of Prada, and we wanted to see if you wanted to be the mother of this. So I had to think about it, right? Like, coming back into the ballroom scene, even though it was a different scene, but it was still, this conglomerate. So I was like, okay, like, I'll do it. And then yeah, so then I was kind of back on the scene for a little while. But yeah, early, like Heidi said, fast and furious. Like, there's so many things. And then being young, I don't even think you really understand. Well, I didn't understand where I was, and the impact that ballroom made on so many people. Like, I didn't even kind of gather this space that I was in back then. So yeah, but it was fast. It was fast. It was exciting. It was like walking into Oz, especially as like a 16-year-old girl. You're walking in and there are all these costumes and everyone's dancing and you're just like, wow. So it was exciting. It was very exciting for me. Yeah.
I know seeing Pose like brought all that back for me too. It just brought it all back like it was yesterday.
Right.
All in the feeling.
Yeah. Even how seedy the pier used to be.
Right. All the nights on Christopher Street. I mean, but seeing Pose, but like even just seeing Pose, like, and bringing back all those feelings and emotions, and also seeing how far ballrooms come in the 30 years since we were there.
It's amazing. And it's like, is this what we wanted, or did we want it to stay a little bit, under the radar and kind of like, to us? But it is amazing to see how far it's come, and how many people are so interested.
And
yeah,
how many women are there now? Because I know, like, in our day, and unless my memory is just that far gone, there wasn't a lot of women. I know there was not a lot of white women for sure. Yeah, there was not a lot of women. There was Terry, there was a handful of us back then, but there was not a lot.
Yeah, when I first gave the first all women's ball in 1998, everybody was completely surprised at how many women was in the building. It was so packed. It was like wall to wall women. You had to squeeze past each other. And Queen Latifah, Queen Pen, MC Light, Monifa, all of them was VIP in the balcony. We had it at Fat Boy.
That's so amazing.
Me, Lisa S, and Cynthia. So on 14th Street back in the days. That's what
right.
Working with Madison and Kimmy. Then I started working with, so I had balls at B52s on a regular basis for the women. I had balls at Fahrenheit, and then I started having balls all throughout New York City just for the women. But there was all categories. It was just mainly for the women's scene. I did it for about 10 years, and then I had to, take a little break. Like Heidi said, realize you need to take a mental health break from the scene for yourself and things like that. But that's one, and I tell you that it was really surprising to see how many women really wanted to be a part of the ballroom scene, and that's why I gave the first all women's ball, so that they could have a space to actually just come out and have a ball, where they were categories presented for us.
Right.
A lot
Start it up, Mo.
I know. So I was going to have another one. I will come.
Yeah.
I will be there. And I don't come out often, but I will
I
come.
would love
Right.
that.
See what I'm saying? Look at that.
I'll do that.
I would come for that. I will.
Have y'all as judges. Y'all come and judge, of course. So
Yeah.
I will. I definitely will. I'll actually,
And look, and you're in touch with everybody. Look, you've been
Misty, I
doing
know
this
that you
all
do it.
month. So you gotta have everybody's number.
Right?
I know, right?
Well connected.
Nosy like everybody is, but I look like I'm being in every.
That would be a shady panel. I'm not going to lie.
I've been around for go.
No, I'm here for
know
it.
mostly everybody, so I feel like let me introduce some of the ladies that other people don't know. I know them, though. I know some of their history, and then this also gave me a chance to learn about the ladies I don't know. I got a chance to learn a whole lot about different people and making new connections, and restoring connections. Y'all two just met for the first time. This is amazing.
Again,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
So
Again, right.
Again, right?
Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying. You never know what can happen, and I just being a bridge is always okay. You know what I mean? So that's really what I'm trying to do, is to bridge our connection, and also introduce people that I know that other people don't really know of. So happy Women's History Month, ladies. Thank you so much
Happy
for all that
Women's
you did.
History
All the
Month.
Thank you.
You didn't know at the time, but you did a lot for the ones that are here, like myself, and the ones that's behind me.
Right.
So thank you.
Thank
It's
you.
I know you was having fun too. Having fun too.
Right.
And yes,
Best
come
time
back
in my life.
That's what I'm saying. We need to.
Thank you for coming.
For sure.
Yeah. We really will. I will. I don't mind. I can get the whole setup going. I'm an event planner by trade as well. I also do office administration, information technology, so that's why I'm kind of like tedious
Hear
and
you.
stuff.
And you in New
Speaking
York?
of that, what do you do outside the ballroom, Misty? I know you do a lot of fashion stuff. I wanted to talk to you about that outside the ballroom.
Oh gosh, I felt like, what haven't I had my hand in? So I was still doing my modeling took a different turn. So like off runway and more like print and fashion for me was kind of just something that was more on the back burner. I started doing acting more so. I did a stint with styling and, so I've kind of done, I like to say anything I thought I could do and be good at, I've done it. So, I've tried it at least. And some things, worked out, and some things I was like, I don't really want to do that. So, yeah, but this last place of employment that I had was for an online retail store, and I was the office operations manager there and the events manager as well. So now I'm kind of just trying to take all of this and just branch out on my own. I really don't want to work for anyone else again. So I'm taking this retirement, this 9 to 5 retirement time, and, focusing on what's going to be next for me. Because I'm also in the 40 plus damn near 50 club. So I just turned 47. And so I'm kind of like, I'm done. So
That's a good 47. That's a good 47. And
I think
You look amazing.
Thank you. Well, so do y'all. I was like, what? Okay. I mean, listen.
And I wanted them to know what you do outside the ballroom, because I want the young ladies to be inspired about what you could do with your life outside of the ballroom as well. Like, you ladies are heavy hitters, household names in ballroom. Right?
Yeah.
But outside the ballroom, you also have this flourishing life. And I want them to understand that, be inspired by the balance of it all too.
I was just going to say, it's a healthy balance.
Right. For
Yeah,
sure.
and then some transferable skills from ballroom to, you know, life, and from real life skills into the ballroom. So some of it's transferable. You need to have
Yeah,
patience and balance.
absolutely.
Yes, for the ballroom, and for outside life, you can take some of the flair and the fashion and the avant-garde
Hmm.
of it all, and just, you know, there's no
Yeah,
boxes.
there are no boxes. I mean, ballroom sets you up for so many different, especially anything entertainment, anything like fashion, anything customer service, hosting. Like it's so
Yes, yes.
many different, categories that come out of being a part of ballroom. So yeah, absolutely.
Take
And the
everything that
way
you learned
life
in
is set up now, like, yeah, you can basically just market yourself and be whatever it is you want to be, right? So
right. The
yeah,
skills you learn in ballroom are marketable. So
yeah,
take those notes. That's speaking
absolutely.
from, yes, from the icons and the blueprints and the legends, from us to the ladies.
Yeah.
Thank you, ladies, for joining me. I appreciate you. We'll be in touch.
Thank you.
Look out for
Yes,
this women's ball coming soon, ladies.
I will
Yes,
be there. I'm
let's
telling
do
you,
it. Let's do
it'll
it.
be
Yes,
fabulous.
yes. Good night.
Good
All
Love you.
right.
Have a
night.
blessed night, ladies.
Bye.
Thank you.
Take
Happy
care.
women. Month.
See ya.
You too.